Welcome to our U.S. Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some major headlines that are making waves across the globe. First up, America is distancing itself from Europe, which could lead to new economic opportunities for the continent as they ramp up military spending and focus on local production. Experts believe that this shift may bolster Europe's industrial base and create jobs, but financing remains a concern. In other news, a South Korean Air Force jet accidentally dropped bombs during a military exercise, injuring several civilians in a nearby village. The incident has sparked outrage and concern among local residents, highlighting the risks associated with military drills. The Air Force has expressed regret and is investigating the cause while preparing for upcoming joint exercises with the U.S. Lastly, Hong Kong's chief executive John Lee is on a mission to deepen the city's international ties, aiming to connect with both traditional Western markets and emerging economies. This initiative comes as Hong Kong positions itself as a vital link between China and the world amid rising global tensions. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. CNN reports on the escalating tensions in Europe as the United States distances itself from the continent, presenting both challenges and opportunities for economic growth. As military spending in Europe is projected to rise due to the looming threat of conflict, experts suggest that if funds are allocated towards domestic defense production, it could significantly bolster the European economy. The Kiel Institute indicates that increased local manufacturing of high-tech armaments can create jobs and stimulate economic activity through technological spillovers. However, the success of this initiative hinges on how governments finance the spending, whether through taxes or borrowing, and the efficiency of their defense procurement processes. With the EU's economy lagging behind the US, this could be a pivotal moment for European nations to take charge of their own security and economic future. Australian Broadcasting Corporation covers a serious incident involving the South Korean Air Force, where a fighter jet accidentally dropped bombs on a civilian area during military exercises, injuring 8 people. The bombs fell in Pocheon, a city located near the North Korean border, causing significant property damage, including to homes and a church. The Air Force expressed regret over the incident and has initiated an investigation to determine the cause and extent of the damages. Local residents described the chaos and fear that ensued from the explosion, highlighting the dangers posed by military training exercises conducted in populated areas. This incident raises concerns about the safety of civilians amid ongoing military drills, especially as South Korea prepares for its annual joint exercises with the United States. South China Morning Post elaborates on the repercussions of the South Korean Air Force's accidental bomb drop during a joint military exercise with the United States. The incident, which occurred in Pocheon, resulted in both civilian injuries and damage to property, prompting the Air Force to establish a committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding the mishap. Eyewitness accounts detail the shock and panic experienced by residents, with one local describing the explosion as akin to a thunderclap that shook his entire house. As South Korea prepares for its upcoming Freedom Shield exercises, one of the largest annual military drills with the U.S., this incident underscores the potential risks associated with military operations in close proximity to civilian populations, raising questions about the balance between military readiness and public safety. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's chief executive John Lee has made a bold pledge to enhance the city's international connections, emphasizing the importance of both traditional markets in the West and emerging markets in regions like the Middle East and ASEAN. Following insights from China's annual political gathering, Lee underscored Hong Kong's role as a superconnector between the mainland and the global community. He aims to expand economic ties while addressing the challenges posed by a complex external environment. Lee's administration is focused on initiatives to improve residents' livelihoods and integrate into the broader national development strategy, including the development of the Northern Metropolis and the Hangzhou-Shenzhen Hong Kong Science and Technology Innovation Cooperation Zone. Deutsche Welle. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has prompted urgent discussions among EU leaders, including a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to address defense spending amid escalating tensions. A recent missile strike in Kryvyi Rih resulted in casualties, highlighting the war's devastating impact on civilians. French President Emmanuel Macron has proposed the idea of extending France's nuclear deterrent to European allies, advocating for increased defense capabilities within the EU. As European leaders gather for a summit in Brussels, they are expected to endorse measures to bolster military spending and support Ukraine, reflecting a growing sentiment to reduce reliance on the United States for security. South China Morning Post. China's envoy to the EU, Liu She, expressed dismay over the Trump administration's treatment of European allies, advocating for a more inclusive peace process regarding Ukraine that involves European nations. Liu criticized the unilateral approach of the US and Russia in determining the fate of the conflict, urging for equal participation from all relevant parties. Despite strained relations between China and Europe, Liu emphasized China's commitment to fostering genuine partnerships based on mutual interests rather than exploiting transatlantic tensions. He called for European nations to reassess their policies towards China, suggesting that a more positive stance could lead to constructive dialogue, especially in light of the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. Associated Press reports that Utah has made history by becoming the first state to pass a law mandating app stores to verify user ages and obtain parental consent for minors to download applications. This legislation has ignited a fierce debate between tech giants like Meta, Apple, and Google over responsibility for age verification. Meta, along with other social media companies, argues that app stores should take on this responsibility to ensure children's safety, while app stores contend that developers are better equipped to handle age verification. The bill, which aims to protect children from inappropriate content, was inspired by personal experiences like that of Melissa McKay, a mother whose nephew encountered harmful content on a school device. If enacted, the law would require app stores to request age information during account creation, linking minors to their parents' accounts for approval before downloading apps. In a related concern, the South China Morning Post highlights a troubling phenomenon known as TikTok brain, which refers to cognitive deficits arising from excessive consumption of short video content. Research from Tianjin Normal University and UCLA indicates that individuals addicted to short video platforms exhibit significant impairments in attention, learning, and memory, along with increased levels of anxiety and depression. The study, which involved brain scans of 112 young adults, suggests that this addiction alters brain structure, leading to compulsive behavior that negatively impacts daily life. As the popularity of platforms like TikTok and Snapchat continues to rise, experts warn that the consequences of short video addiction are becoming a pressing social issue, emphasizing the need for awareness and potential intervention to mitigate its effects. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, tech and nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now, holograms we say wow. Quantum leap